Hi, my name is Bob. I bought a 29-foot Cal Marine sailboat. I always wanted to buy a sailboat and live on one. I thought about it in my 20s, but I didn't do it because I had a big screen TV and I liked watching football, and I couldn't figure out how to get the big screen TV on the sailboat. And if you're younger, you might not understand that in my 20s, a big screen TV was 5 foot tall by 4 foot wide by 3 feet deep, and that just doesn't fit on a sailboat anywhere. But I've always kind of looked at sailboats on Craigslist and just kind of been interested in them. Around 2009, I was talking to a friend of mine, Patrick Neal, and we used to look up sailboat stuff, and we figured out that you could live on a sailboat for about $12,000 a year and boat all around and kind of quit your job. But I didn't do it because I had a wife and kids and a big house and all that kind of thing. And so now I don't have a wife and kids and a big house and all that kind of stuff. Here comes the UPS man. He's going to deliver some packages to the airport. We'll fly by. I'm here at a marina next to the airport. So yeah, I don't have a wife and kids now, and I'm almost homeless. But I do have a little bit of money. And I was staying in a friend's house, and I was looking at sailboats online, and I had this kind of crazy idea after watching some sailing vlogs to buy a sailboat and sail around the world. But I didn't have a sailboat, and my friend's my friend's daughter was making noise at about 4:20 in the morning, playing really loud music, and I just thought, you know what? I saw this sailboat. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna buy it. And I scared up $8,000 and bought a sailboat. And you might say to yourself, how did I scare up $8,000? Well, I happen to have some things called Magic the Gathering cards that I bought in my 20s as well, sitting in a box in my garage. And I looked inside the box and I found a bunch of cards that were worth about $14,000. And yeah, lucky me, I can sell something worth for $14,000 and buy a sailboat. So even though I'm kind of homeless, I'm not really. And now I'm living on a sailboat and enjoying that and making videos. Prepping for a garage sale, and I'm selling some stuff. This is how I paid for my sailboat. These are magic cards. These particular magic cards are called dual lands. I'm showing you pictures of all of them. They're each there worth about $400 each, and I had roughly 40 of them sitting around in my garage for 25 years. And so I've been packaging those up and selling them, and I made about $12,000, which I then used to buy a sailboat. And so that's what I'm doing today. My mom passed away back on September 4th of 2020. Her name was Karen. She was pretty sick and couldn't walk more than about 5 blocks without becoming exhausted. She had a number of problems, but got really sick back in 2014 and lived every day in constant pain. She passed away in her easy chair watching TV. She looked really peaceful. I think she was just tired of living in pain. She was a world traveler. She married my father when she was 18. He was in Portland, Oregon, working at the Air Force base we had here. He is from Annapolis, Maryland, a classic sailing city. I have a great grandfather that was an Irish sea captain, and I lived a while in Annapolis, so maybe I've got some sailing in my blood. We lived in England, Italy, and Tampa Bay, Florida. Here are some pictures of me with my mom. The first one is when I was about 3 years old. I think we're on the Mediterranean coast somewhere in Italy near Pisa, but maybe it's in England. By the way, I got to climb the Leaning Tower of Pisa as a kid. Great memory, a little bit scary, there's no railing. The second picture is me with my mom and a bloodhound we had while living in Tampa Bay, Florida, another great sailing city. The third is recent. I found some money in the dresser after my mom passed away, and so I went and got my hair dyed blue. It was something I thought about doing for about 20 years now. My mom was a hairstylist, so it's kind of a memorial for her, a bucket list kind of thing. I'm blonde now. I look a little bit like Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element when I take my hat off. The next picture is of me with my mom at my first birthday eating chocolate cake. Yummy! Next up is the two of us at the coast in what I think is England. Finally, there's a picture of her with Santa. She was a huge fan of Santa and loved to decorate and throw holiday dinner parties. I bring up my mom because she was in some way an inspiration for buying a sailboat. She traveled all around the world and was always ready to go on a fun trip. She left me a small inheritance, which I'm using in part to learn to sail. She would have been excited to see the pictures and video from the sailboat. Alright, so I took off my hat so you can see my Bruce Willis haircut. Isn't it fantastic? I've been down on the boat and not taken a shower for a couple of days. It's almost like I'm at sea. And I decided to get my boat out yesterday and take it for a sail. And the next the movie, it's sped up, so you get about 12 minutes of video really fast. So there's maybe 8 minutes that are sped up, and then there's regular time conversation with my neighbor. And the short of it is I spent a bunch of time trying to back my boat up, and I couldn't get the boat into reverse gear. And there seems to be something wrong with the transmission, and that's how my sailing day ended. I can't get it to go into reverse. I might just have to park it. Sorry. Yeah, I was sitting there trying to get it to go in reverse. I can't figure it out. It doesn't want to go in reverse, which makes it hard to back out. And of course now I'm worried about, I was going to go out, but now I'm worried about getting back in.
Yeah, I think I would worry about that.
I can get out, but then I got to get back in, right? But if you want to call the office, if somebody wants to come down and help me. I don't know if it's in reverse or not. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I just crawled out of bed. I'm gonna go ahead over to the marina restroom, use the facilities there. But you come out of your boat and this is what you see. And for me, this is kind of like the best part of waking up down here. Not that boat, but nice flat glass water, cool. It's probably about 45 degrees out here, but it's sunny and beautiful and calm. and it just feels awesome. I like the sunny weather down here. Bye now.